Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Let's get myself up. I tried to start it just a little early so that when I came in, it would be live. We'll see if that worked because I noticed that the last time I did a YouTube live, I did cut off the very beginning of my speaking. So we're going to try it that way. I need to figure out how to do like a countdown so that that is there, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. I think I have the program. I just have to figure out how to use it. But y'all know how I am with technology. And it has been, it's actually been kind of a stressful day for me. And so I will be honest with you. Today was not the day I was going to learn that. Not at all. All right, I'm trying to find myself. We're going to see if I can find myself. There we go. Yay, there it is. Okay. All right, so tonight we are going to use the decorative trees. Now, I know that this bundle is out of stock, but I know that most of you who watch this channel, you have trees of some sort. And the great thing is, because these are just trees, even though they've got, you know, different like fun stuff on here, there are plenty of sets out there that you can use. Right now in our catalog that is current, in the annual catalog, there's the Merriest trees. So if you have the Merriest trees, you can swap it out with these and do that instead. And we're going to actually use one of the sentiments for Merriest trees tonight as well. That'll be on our last card. Okay, speaking of decorative trees, I have a Stampin' stack that I wanted to tell you guys about. But first, I'm going to focus on the comments. Hello, Nancy and Sharon and Kathy and Michelle. I've been talking to Michelle all day by text message. And Verna, hello. Make sure that you comment, make sure that you share, make sure you give me the thumbs up. That would be great. I would really appreciate that. Okay, so in doing decorative trees tonight, the main reason I'm doing the tree set or a tree set is because I have a Stampin' stack available. Hello, Carrie. Oh, Carol, how are you? And Linda, hello. I have a Stampin' stack class that is out and ready. I am just finishing up the tutorial to send it to Kathy to proof for me, which I will get to her. Kathy, I'll get that to you in the next few days, so that you can proof it for me. But I am totally, y'all know I love trees. I love them. There are 10 cards that you'll create. With those 10 cards, you will get a full pack of embellishments. You will get this bolt of ribbon along with this bolt of ribbon. So it's 2. But we're going to use this tonight, so I pulled it out. You will get half a pack of paper. This is the Winterly Treetops coordinating paper. This is an online exclusive one, and I've drawn a blank on it now. But you'll get half a pack of each one of those papers, and that is $65 for all of that. Now, you can also add the bundle on, and it comes back in, I think it's around the 18th of this month. I could be wrong, but it comes back in sometime in November. You can add this on for just cost. If you would like the link for this to register, just let me know and I will send that link to you and you can register for that. This will all get mailed out. My goal is to get it out the weekend of Thanksgiving, but it may not be until the 1st of December. The goal is to get it out Thanksgiving weekend, but on the registration, it'll have like by December the 1st or whatever. So just know that my plan is to stay home and get it all cut and ready to mail right after Thanksgiving. So if you need that link, just let me know. The other class I have is the basic beige class, which are these cards here. I love this one. I love this paper. The perennial lavender paper. And one more. All right, so you will get, with the basic beige class, you'll get the make and takes for all of these cards, for all 5 cards. You'll get a pack of the purple fine shimmer gems. You'll get the bolt of the basic beige ribbon, and then you'll get a full pack of the perennial lavender December. Oh, now it's coming out December the 2nd. Oh, Michelle, well, it said November when I went and scheduled it. Oh, well. Again, there are millions of tree stamp sets out there. There are plenty of them to use. And then the perennial lavender paper you'll get with it too. That is $45. Now, if you want it all, you can add on the add-on, which will then give you the ink pad, the re-inker, and into addition to getting the actual cardstocks to make your make and takes, because you'll have that in a package, you'll get a full pack of the cardstock. Okay, that to add on is $20. Now, when you add that on, you will end up getting the bolt of ribbon for free. Okay, that's just a little extra thank you for adding on the I Want It All to the basic beige. Okay, that you have to email me for the registration as well. So if you want that, let me know and I can send that to you. So total, if you got just the basic beige class, it's $45. If you wanted the I Want It All, it would add on $20 and it makes it $65, and that it will be mailed out. The goal is before Thanksgiving. But the date to mail out is the 27th of November. I didn't plan very well when I was scheduling all those things, but it is what it is. All right, so I'm going to put you guys on the table and we're going to get started. And it is hot again in my craft room, which is always lovely. All right, let me make sure I got you straight. Lock you in, and here we go. Hello, Angie. How are you? Okay, so let's start with this one first. So again, we are playing with the decorative trees, and I need the stamp set and the dies. So we're gonna play with the decorative trees tonight. And as Michelle said, it looks like it won't be back in until December the 2nd. But again, it's okay. You got plenty of trees out there. This is going to be our first card. We're going to do a shaker one. And I'm super excited about a shaker card. I don't make shaker cards very often. If in the comments, let me know if you're a shaker card person. And do you make them a lot? I don't. I like them, but I don't make them very often. Okay, what we're going to do to start out is we're going to flip this over. And the one thing I forgot was to cut the actual window sheet. So we're going to grab our cutter. I cut everything else but that. Let me see. Oh, I might actually have one cut already. Let's see. Yep, I can make that one work in the other direction. So let's see. Y'all get to see my process of figuring out how to cut. All right, so I need it to be about 3.5 down, and let's see. And and I think that'll work that way. So let's just trim off a little off the sides, and then I think we'll be good to go. All right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is the very first thing is we're going to take some liquid glue and we're going to put it around the edges so that we can go ahead and let it dry before we really kind of put everything together. And we're just going to do a light run of it around that edge. We don't want to put too much because you don't want it to squish out into this center part over here. All right, and that looks fine. And we're going to put it down just like that. All right. Okay, then we're going to set that aside and let it dry for just a few moments. Let's see, I don't think I ever made one. They look complicated. I'm a simple girl. You know, Michelle, it's really actually not as complicated as it looks. It can be very simple. It can be very complicated, but it is very simple. Only when you have one in class. Oh, Kathy. Okay, well, I probably won't do one in class anytime soon. Maybe a small class. If it's a small class, then, you know, maybe so. Yeah, okay, so everybody says they like them, but they don't necessarily make them very often. Yeah. Sometimes you feel like when you need a card, you don't tend to go toward that. Kind of go toward something a little simpler, right? But it's still pretty easy, Michelle. All right, so we're just going to take some Granny Apple Green and stamp it right here on that piece there. Just give it a little extra contrast. And we'll close that up for a minute. All right. Now, one of the things we need to do with this is we need it to be a little shorter. So we're going to cut it. We're going to trim it. And actually, let me show you this real quick, because I learned this putting the stamp camp together. So you've got two sets of dies here. All right, you've got two sizes. You've got long ones that are detailed and you've got short ones that are detailed. Now, in my small little brain, I thought that, yeah, there was no real rhyme or reason, and how in the world was I going to stick this on a background without really having anything behind it that kind of made it solid. Well, as a crafter, thinking outside the box, I then realized, well, you know what? It actually matches perfectly to the whole top part of that. So if you have this set already, or if you don't, you have this solid tree die, you would cut it out, cut out your detailed, and then you would literally trim off this bottom section and you've got your tree. The other thing is they have this piece here, which is your tree trunk. So even though you no longer have that tree trunk at the bottom, you've cut it off, that's okay, because guess what you have? So anyway, I learned that literally by accident, because my brain did not think that one through at all when I was doing the Stamp-A-Stack. So little tips and tricks we all learn, right? So we're going to take and cut this off. We're just going to cut off this bottom part. And it can be straight or it can be curved. It doesn't really matter because it's, you know, and on this anyway, it's going to be kind of cut off. But if you want it to be perfect, you can always take that detailed die and line it up and then trim it off if you wanted to. So that's another little trick to it. All right, so now we're going to put a little bit of adhesive right down here. And I've got it hanging off a little bit, and I wanted that because I want it to be right there on that edge, because we're going to attach this. I already cut out the trunk, so we're going to attach that right there. And I don't want to have too much of it hidden, so that's why I did just a little bit and made sure that that adhesive was on the very edge. Okay, Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna attach this to our designer series paper. And I'm going to just do some liquid glue. No. And Nancy, okay, I made about 15 last year for Valentine's. Oh, hold on. I lost the comments. I don't know what it did. Live chat, hold on. There we go. I made about 15 last year for Valentine's Day for my grands and great grands. They loved them. Bless you, I'm making 15 of them. As Barbara said, happy accidents. Yes, it was totally a happy accident, Kathy. And Nancy, you know what? It really doesn't surprise me that you would sit down and make 15 of them. You are a very patient woman when it comes to crafting. Okay, I'm putting a little bit of glue on, but I'm kind of making sure to get to those edges. And the reason is you don't want your filler to kind of get stuck behind your image, okay? It might also help if I added some to the trunk. All right, so then we're gonna pick it up by the edges. I'm gonna actually lay it pretty close to this. I just wanna make sure that I get it where it needs to go. All right, then we're gonna press it down and ta-da. All right, now with this, we are gonna take and put our little snowflakes right there on top. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, we need to turn this over. We're gonna grab some Poppy Parade. We're gonna ink it up, and we're gonna stamp it down here at the bottom center. I forgot to stamp the sentiment when I did my sample, and I had to pray real hard that I lined it up exactly the right way, because when I stamped it the first time, I was missing like the entire day's B. So yeah, we're gonna make sure we do it before we put it together. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we are gonna take and put a whole bunch of little pieces here, and we're gonna just kind of make sure they're all flat, because we want to make sure that they aren't real bulky. These do have a little bit of static in them, so it kind of will stick to your window sheet, but it's okay. It just kind of leaves your snowflakes in lots of places. All right, so we're gonna leave that just like that. We're gonna move that over there. Actually, I'm gonna add just a few more, because you can't ever have too many snowflakes. All right, we're gonna close this up so we don't end up with it all over us. We're gonna flip this over. We're gonna grab our foam adhesive sheets, and then we are going to add this all the way around our opening here. And this die, I did forget to tell you that. This die is from the Snowy Winter, which has got a snow globe in it. It's got the snow globe dies. And the paper for it is pretty awesome, because you can actually cut out the snow globe from the paper. All right, and then we're gonna come here. So I'm just trying to go right around that edge. And our foam strips are pretty good in the respect of that they bend pretty well. So, all right, now I'm gonna take, don't waste any of these. We're gonna take it and put it here. And then we're just gonna cut. You just wanna make sure that when you do cut it, that you don't have any type of opening right there, okay? And then we're just gonna add our foam to the rest of the card, like this. We'll do here and down the center. Then we're gonna do here in the corner. I love using the edges of dimensionals of any kind. And then we're gonna put here, and then let's do another little strip, and we'll put it here. I didn't mean to make that crooked. We're gonna do it straight. Okay, now we're gonna take all of the backings off, and I'm gonna put them in my little trash bucket here. And that's going to take me just a minute to get it all off. It is sticky, so I always recommend having like a place where you can stick your finger as you pull it off so that your finger's not sticking to all the rest of the adhesive. But I always put more dimensionals and adhesive on for shaker cards than I do my regular cards, which I know is a lot already. Okay, so now we're going to take this and we're going to literally stick it right over. I want to make sure that the whole tree though is in it. And we're going to go down just like that. And then ta-da! There's your little shaker card. So kind of fun. Now we're going to take this, and you're going to see that I've got a little bit of an edge over here with the Designer Series paper. So I'm just going to cut that off. No one will ever know because they're not going to see that back. And then we'll trim that there, and everything else looked good. Okay, so let's flip this over. We're going to put this on. We're just going to use regular adhesive for that. And we're going to stick it right here. I'm going to definitely make sure that it makes my sentiment still look like it's centered. So even if I have to move it over a little bit, do that too. All right, there we go. We're going to put adhesive on the back of this, and we're just going to use liquid glue because that'll be easier. And let's go ahead and take our card base and fold it in half. All right. And ta-da! We'll stick this on the front like that. And then we will take some of this checked ribbon. We're going to tie a bow. This is all I have of it left. I found it in the drawer, so we're going to make it work one way or another. Let's make it a little smaller on this side. It is on its way to me, but I have not gotten the new rolls yet. All right, there we go. We'll trim off this over here like that. We'll trim this side off like that. We'll grab a glue dot. We're gonna put I'm gonna put 2 glue dots on it. I've started doing 2 for whatever reason. I feel like it's a little bit more secure with 2. And then we're gonna stick that at the top of our little snow globe. All right, that is our first card. See, Michelle, it's really not that complicated. It's just like 1 or 2 extra steps than a regular card. I think, Michelle, you would actually like making maybe just one at a time of these. All right, so let's move to our second card. And this one is this one's kind of my rustic one. I always like to kind of do a rustic Christmas tree every year too. So we're gonna do this one. We're gonna do a little heat emboss for this one too. And I'm gonna put this up there. Okay. And I have no idea. I'm losing products already over here. All right, we'll grab another one. I don't know what I did with my... Oh, I put it back up. That's what I did. All right. Okay, so we are going to take our pool party. We're going to take our snowflakes, and our snowflakes come from, actually, hold on. They come from the stamp set, Snowy Wonder. So we've used this bundle tonight as well. The snowman, and of course, you got the Christmas tree. And that's kind of where the snow globe idea came from, was these characters are in the snow globe. So, all right, so now we are going to take our embossing buddy. We're going to put it here, and we're also going to go ahead and do this one here. There we go. Then we're going to take our snowflakes here, and we're going to stamp them. And we're going to do 2 of each. And I know that I normally do 3 of everything, but I feel like with the kind of cluster of dots, I felt like that kind of helped it to kind of offset that it was 2 and 2, and the design and the paper is going to cover it up a little bit as well. So then we're going to flip it over here and do the same thing. Let's do that one there. I think I messed up that one a little bit, but it'll be all right. And then stick that there and there. Okay. And then while I'm at it, we're going to ink up the Merry Christmas Only. And we're going to stamp that right here. Then we're going to grab our white embossing powder, and we're going to put it right there and on this side. And I'm not necessarily looking for perfection on the snowflakes, because, you know, no snowflake is perfect anyway. So just kind of do that. However, I mean, if you are a perfectionist on it, then go for it, obviously. But I am not too worried about it. Okay. And then I'm going to take my little brush that I have here, and I'm just going to get that off, just because it's going to irritate me. We're going to cut it all apart, but that's just for it to be a little easier. Okay, now let's heat it up. So it's going to get loud, so if you don't like loud things, just kind of close your ear or turn the volume down for just a minute. All right, there we go. Now we are going to take our little cutter here, and I'm going to trim off. Actually, before we do that, let's just go ahead and trim off here. Okay. And scoot this up just a little bit more because for whatever reason, I keep cutting off the very end of that Y on Mary. So we're just going to trim it back just a little bit more. Well, I don't think we'll be able to. It'll be all right. All right, so now we're just going to trim off each end. Like that. And then we're going to do the same thing to Mary. Flip it around one more time and do this side. And then ta-da. All right, so there's our sentiment. And now we are going to take our DSP, and this is our vellum that coordinates with, hold on, I'll tell you. Let's see. It's the Graceful Greenery Vellum. So it comes from this pack, and you get a sheet, you get 2 sheets of kind of like a white. But I felt like that kind of looked snowy, and so that's why I picked it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to tear. So we're going to take and tear our pieces like that. And we're just going to do this one with 2 different tears, or the tearing on each side. And then on these, we're just going to do one side. And I'm just kind of making them look a little different. All right, so this one, I need to kind of, there we go. All right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece and we're going to adhere it. Now, a good thing with this vellum is that our Seal Plus goes down on it, and you can't see it when you fasten it down. So we're going to stick this here, and you're going to see it's covering up some of the snowflakes anyway. All right, and then we're going to do this piece. And we're going to put this down like this. Okay, and then this one, let's see. We'll do this side. All right, and then we're going to put this right here. Like that. All right, so there we go. So we've got our little snowbanks there. Then we have, maybe, well, I thought I cut out the tree. I was pretty sure I cut out the tree, but now I cannot find it, which means it's probably somewhere on the floor, or, you know, who knows where. All right, so we'll cut another one. Let me see if I have any more. I'm looking everywhere just to make sure, because it's kind of, oh, see, there it is. It blends in with the background. Oh, man. Wow. Sorry. That, yeah, that was fun. I was like, I know I cut it. I know I did. Yes, yes, I did. But of course, because my background is dark, because I like that, I like the, you know, the farmhouse look. So, all right, so now we have this, and we're going to attach it to this cardstock, and we're going to do it right about here, like that. We're going to flip this over, and we're going to attach it to our card front, and of course, we're going to pop it up too. So I'm going to use my edges. I think I should have enough edges to get through this project at least. 1, 2, 3. that one up there. And 3 in the center. And I definitely want to make sure that I put enough dimensionals for like adhesive on this piece, just because you did heat emboss it. It will, it folds a little bit, so making sure you have enough adhesive will keep it from not coming back up off your card base. All right, so then we're going to attach it here like that. We've got some linen thread. You know, my favorite. We're going to tie a long bow so that it kind of falls down that tree. But we're going to do a little bow because, so it's just going to have long tails, because you don't want the bow to kind of overpower the whole thing. All right. Now let's grab a glue dot and we'll put it on, and then we can trim those tails if we need to a little bit more. All right, so we'll stick it there. And I think that's going to be fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold that down, and I'm just going to pull these tight like that. And then it's going to kind of help make it just lay instead of being all over the place. We might trim it. No, actually, I think it's perfect. Okay, now we are going to take our sentiment and we're going to pop those up. So we're going to actually do a little bit more cutting here. We're going to cut and put this one here because we need thin there. We need thin on this. Okay. And then we can take this one and put it right there. This is going to be Mary and Christmas. All right. And now for the fun part, we're going to take those snowflakes that we used earlier, and we're going to put a whole bunch of them on. So what we're going to do, oh, I'm glad you laughed, Berta. It made me laugh too. Well, it'll make me laugh after we're done. All right, we're going to put a little bit of liquid glue all down. Let's see, I have 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to do 8 on the tree. So 2, let's see if I can get that to go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. And then we're going to put 1 here. And then 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. All right, then we are going to take our pick tool, and I'm going to take this part off, and then I'm going to take this out. We're going to pick them up with our sticky end, and then we're going to lay them down with our pokey tool. So we'll take the little pokey part and make sure that it lays down on there. Now we've got some small ones and some big ones in here, so I'm going to try to grab some small ones too, because you don't want just all big ones. And then we'll just keep on putting them on here. And the liquid glue will make it dry pretty quickly, so then you can move on with the rest of your cards. Okay, and then one more. Let's do another small one. All right, so we've got that. And then let's do a big one up here by our sentiment. And then we'll do a big one. I love these snowflakes. By the way, they're like a rubbery feel, which is kind of weird. If you have the red and white. Oh, what are they? The ones that are kind of look like gingerbread. If you have those, it's the same feeling, and it's kind of a different feeling than our normal embellishments, which are kind of like a hard glass. These are like a rubber, which is kind of fun. All right. So then there is our second card. And this is what I'm calling my farmhouse card. Oh, good. Thank you, Kathy. I don't know if the first one or this one, I don't know which one's my favorite one, but I actually have enjoyed all the projects that I have created with this card, or with this this bundle. As always, because you know, I love the trees. Okay, so last but not least, I had to do our typical red and green card. Gotta do it. You gotta do your Christmas colors, your standard Christmas colors. And I have cut everything out, so you just have to watch me put it all together. All right, and this one, of course, brings in that merriest trees because I really wanted that love and joy. All right, and I already folded that card base in half because, well, I got sidetracked. I do need to grab an inside. I'm gonna put that in there so I don't forget. All right, we're gonna go ahead and attach this to the inside. I like to complete the cards so that when I package them up to sell them, that I don't have to go back and do anything other than put my Stampin' Up! Stamp on the back. It makes it easy for me. All right, so now let's take, we've got our little piece here for our sentiment. We're gonna do that first. And of course, we're gonna use that real red. Now, when I stamp it on this piece, we're gonna stamp it as far to the right as we can, like that. And then we're gonna start putting the rest of our card together. Okay, so I've got that one cut out. I've cut out 2 white here. On the first white one, we're gonna put this detailed piece on it, and I did add adhesive to the back. If you purchase this week and this is the class that is mailed to you, I will include adhesive sheets in your kit, okay? Because you do not need to be doing detailed dies without them. So you'll all get about half a sheet, well, maybe a full 12 by 6 sheet. I think I have enough to do that. All right, so now we're going to take the back off of this, and we're gonna see if it pulls it all off. Uh-oh. Oh, let's see, there we go. And we're doing it very slowly because it is a detailed die. So I just want to make sure that I don't rip anything. Now there are a couple of little pieces left in here, so I'm just gonna stick my finger because now it's sticky, and so it'll pull it right out for me. Once I put my finger over it, it'll just pull it right out. And then I stick it on that excess there, and then it gets it all off my hands. All right, then we're gonna start at the top, and we're gonna work our way around by doing each side as we go down, okay? And it is because these edges are a little thin, it does kind of let you maneuver it a little bit more in order to make sure that you're not like hanging over too far, or you know, you're not up or down too far. It lets you maneuver it. All right, there we go. And then ta-da! All right. Got a little bit of a gluer there. All right, so there we go. There are 2 trees. Then we're going to add our little garland to the one so that it kind of pulls the tree out from the rest. I don't know how I'm getting adhesive everywhere. All right, so this is going to hang from here to here. This one is going to go from here to here. Now with this one, we are going to cut it. We're going to cut off that little edge right there. All right. And I have no, oh, there it is. I was like, I have no idea where it went. It was trying to adhere itself to the other card. All right, so then we've got this piece. And so this is going to go here like that. And then one more. Favorite is the shaker. Yeah, Verna, the detailed is, it is very, very pretty. Now, I will tell you that you have to have a little patience with it because it is a little bit more with the ones that are more detailed than this one. It can get to be a little much for sure. Like this one and this one kind of, you can see it still has a lot of dots in it because I got tired of poking them out. So, but it does. They are absolutely gorgeous with all the details on it for sure. Okay, so there we go. Now we have our, we've got another piece that's cut, and this is going to be our ground. It is green, but I'm going to be honest with you. In the South, well, it's kind of brown here in the South during Christmas because, you know, everything's dead. There's some green, but not a lot. But we're going to just have these as our little hills instead of regular. We're going to stick this one up here. And then this one's going to be right about here. We're going to just do a thin ripping of this one. Okay. This one is going to go flat. And so we're just going to adhere like this. We're going to put it right about here. Okay. This is going to attach to here, but first I want to kind of see where this is going to end up reaching up to, and it's going to be there. So we're going to adhere it, kind of tuck it up underneath that piece there. So we'll do some adhesive like that. I just want that bottom to be tucked in. Okay. We're going to flip this over and we're going to put dimensionals on it. The colors and the cards remind me of the little, yes! So funny you say that. This is where my inspiration came from, was the little Debbie tree. That is exactly where it came from. And I'm going to be honest with you. If I had patience to cut this out again, we probably would have been doing like the little dots and stuff in green to kind of really make it look that way. But instead, because I wasn't willing to, I ended up just doing that background. So, because my husband loves Little Debbie cakes, loves them. He was waiting for them to come out. And when he saw them the first time, he grabbed a box. Now, I will say this, he ate them all. I actually didn't eat one of them. I was very proud of myself because I could sit and eat a whole box of them. All right, let's get another pack of dimensionals, another sheet of them. And we're going to add it in. And this is designer series paper, so it is much thinner. So I'm going to add a bunch of dimensionals on it. So I want to make sure that it doesn't fall flat. We'll do one more. And then, and you know, it was a, what was I watching? I was watching reels. The reels were floating by, and it was a Little Debbie one. Somebody was making a Little Debbie cookie. And so that's kind of where this one came from. So, All right, so now we've got that. We're gonna take and put dimensionals on here. And we're just gonna do one at the top and one right there, because then we are gonna put adhesive, regular adhesive right here. And this is gonna go down here like that. We're gonna take and pop up Love and Joy. Make sure I got it on the right side, yep. And there. We are going to adhere it right up here, like that. We're gonna take and trim off the end, and we're gonna do it with our little trimmer so that it's even. There we go. We're gonna flip this over, add dimensionals to it, pop it up on our card base. And once we do that, we will add our little bow. And if you'll notice, on none of these, well, no, I guess I have to take it back since I used the snowflakes on the last card, but I didn't do regular embellishments like I normally do. And I didn't forget to use them tonight. All right, let's take and add our bow. And then all 3 cards are done for tonight in less than an hour. Angie, are you saying yuck to little Debbie cakes? Oh, I know it makes you want. Okay, hold on. I missed a whole bunch. Let's see. I was sitting here thinking, where have I seen this? Oh, yeah, a glass of milk for sure. Oh, coffee. Oh, you're saying it to the coffee. Agreed on that one, Angie. Agreed on that one. No coffee for me. Love the smell, but nope. No taste. Oh, no, I did not, Michelle. And you want to know why? Because I didn't print out the sheet earlier today. I have been having computer and printer issues to the point of where I had to call the husband in to fix them. I still can't get anything to print from my phone without it being like ginormous. It's trying to print to my picture tray. And so, yeah, so I completely forgot about it because, yeah, I'm not, because I didn't print it. But we do have a sale going on this week. It starts on Wednesday, and it is 15% off of ink, designer series paper. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Actually, I can grab it off my iPad real quick. Hold on. I've got a picture of it. All right, we're going to stick this little bow right here. And then that is card number 3. All right, we're going to pull in these here. And then let me go find my picture real quick. And I'll tell you what all will be on sale starting on Wednesday. Let's see. Wednesday, let's see if it saved to my photos. And it did. Okay, so it is bundles. You get 20% off of bundles, 20% off of designer series paper, 10% off of ink, 10% off of cardstock, and I think that's it. Yes, it is. Oh, and as another little yay, if you are a demonstrator, you get to see the mini catalog and celebration brochure on November the 19th. Woo woo! So lots happening in the next 2 weeks. And of course, if you're on the Stamping Divas team, we will be, we'll be talking about all that tomorrow. So, all right. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I am glad to be back after last week of 3 days live, but over on Facebook. I'm glad to be back over on YouTube because I know YouTube a little bit better. But if you have any questions, let me know. Again, if you order this week, these will be the 3 make and takes that you get. Your order just has to be $35 before tax and shipping. And then these will get mailed directly to your house next week. All right, everyone, have a great evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.